I'm joined by Tennille Zellweger, a realtor with eXp here in Lloydminster, chatting with me about the newly imposed land transfer exemption tax for first-time homebuyers. Tennille, I know you're super busy, but thank you so much for your time. How's it going?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm doing really well. How are you?
I am great, thank you. So I know this is something new to the entire country of Canada, not so much affecting Alberta and Saskatchewan, but how is this going to affect other provinces around the nation and kind of the market here throughout Alberta and Saskatchewan?
Yeah, so like you said, in Lloydminster, because we're a border city with Alberta and Saskatchewan, we actually don't have a land transfer tax. We just have the land titles registration. So it's not going to affect Lloydminster so much. But when we look at the other provinces like BC and Ontario, where house prices are substantially higher, it's going to significantly help buyers as new buyers are exempt from that if they're purchasing anything under 835,000. So when you look at the bigger centers like BC and Ontario, the median average house price has went up. So they've risen the price from 500,000 to 835, which is allowing buyers to be exempt from that land transfer tax, which is a huge amount. So I do think it's going to help first-time home buyers in many, many other provinces. And of course, Lloydminster with the economy, things are starting to pick up in Lloyd. So I do think there's a benefit for first-time home buyers in Lloydminster as well.
So do you think this is a good time to buy as a whole throughout the nation, Tennille?
Yeah, so I definitely think, I mean, everybody on the news and everywhere, it's all about interest rates rising. But when we look back to history, history always repeats itself. And when we look back to the 1980s, interest rates at one point were like buying a home on a credit card. They were over 18%, which is crazy. Where now they're just around that 5.5%. Again, it varies on different lenders. But when you look at that, it is still a good time to buy because it's allowed buyers to have time to, instead of being pushed into a multiple offer situation all over the nation, they've actually had time to negotiate more, take their time and find the right home instead of being forced into just buying whatever they can get. So I definitely think as a buyer, it's a much better situation if you're buying in this type of market. And then in Lloydminster, there's lots of exciting new things happening around the city, which I'm sure you know with the economy. So as far as Lloydminster, there's definitely a lot happening that does make it incentivizing as a home buyer to be purchasing in the Lloydminster market, along with it's one of the most affordable places to live in Canada also.
Perfect. And to touch on that as well, I know this is more so an accounting question, but the federal government has come out with a new investing kind of pitch for first-time home buyers to, put away some money and to invest towards their new house or for their first house. Sorry, is that something you believe that some young adults should be investing in and putting away for their first home?
Definitely, and that's where when there is things that you can utilize like that, I definitely recommend reaching out to your accountant or somebody that knows what's the right thing for you to do specifically, but it is definitely an option that I would recommend buyers that are thinking about purchasing looking into and reaching out to a professional to get a personalized plan.
Neil, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're super busy, but thanks again. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks again for having me, and you have a good day too.